Hello everyone. Today we're gonna solve the reverse linked list problem. This one is the most typical problem the interviewers gonna ask in the interviews. I think meet. I think I saw this problem at least 3 times during interview. So the first time I encountered this problem when I first got the technical interview back in Vietnam when I was, I don't remember exactly, but I think I was a sophomore at that time. And recently I met this one more time, but it's like a sub problem of a bigger problem. But anyway, this problem gonna ask us to reverse a linked list and what does that mean by reverse? So, uh, for example, if we have something like this, I think I need to draw it. Yeah, here we go. For example, if we have a linked list like this, we have 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 5 to null pointer. We should have a new linked list like that. Here is the head of the linked list, right? And we should reverse the linked list, which means that this one now is the head of the linked list, and we will reverse the direction of this pointer from 5 to 4. Actually, it should be 5 to 4. 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, and 1 to null. Here we go. Right. And how can we do that? I think I should draw it different way. So like this. Yep, it will look better. Right. So how can we do that? First of all, we will keep track of a previous node because we don't have any previous node beforehand. So let's just say this one is a null pointer at the first place. Yep, we have previous node right here, and we will keep track of the current node right here. So what we're gonna do is that we will break the current node and we will redirect it to the previous node. So which means that we will break this connection and point to the previous one. And after we point to the previous one, we can move the previous node to this node, and the current node we can move to the node 2. So which means that we have to keep track 3 on node, this node, and this node at the same time. So for each iteration, we have to keep track 3 nodes at a time, right? So after this iteration, we will have a linked list look like this. And the previous node right here should be here. So we have the previous node right here and the current node right here. Right. And for the second iteration, we will do the same thing. We will point this connection to the node 1, and we will forget about this connection. And we move the previous node to the current node, and the current node now is the node 3. And we will do the same thing right here. We will break this connection and redirect it to node 2, and then we move the the previous node to the current node and the current node to the node 4. So we move to this and to this, and then we will do the same. We will point this pointer to the node 3 and then move the previous node to this, and then the current node would be the node 5. And finally, we move this connection to this. And when we reach the final node, we will have this one is the new head of the linked list. And finally, we will have the previous linked list like this. Now, let's jump into the coding part. So, first of all, we will have to store the current node would be equal to the head node. And then we will have the previous node, and then we can store the next node as well. So we should consider the corner case right here because we get the current next right here. So if we have the linked list with just only one node, or we have an empty list, we can just return it. So if we have an empty list, or we have just one element in the linked list, we can just return the head right here. And then we can consider if the current node is let me see. Actually, we can just consider if the next node is not the null pointer. And what we're gonna do is that we will store the next would be equal to current dot next, and then we will have the current dot next would be equal to the previous node, and the previous node right now would be equal to the current node, and the current node would be equal to next. And finally, we will return the current node, and the time complexity should be equal to O(n), and the space complexity should be equal to O1 because we don't use any additional array. Let me double check it again. I think we can just remove this one. Yeah, we have duplicate. But if we consider next, we can just, if we eliminate next, we can just consider the current is different with the null pointer, so which means that we have to return previous right here. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Yep, perfect. So yeah, and that's a way to solve this problem in the time complexity O(n) and the space complexity is O1. Hope it's helped.